Firebirds back home after splitting their first two playoff games in Calgary. We're going to take inside the locker room after that game, the win yesterday, when Devon Shore was presented the puck.
PK. Game, but the Iceman, my favorite player.
Great job, Drees. Again, especially in those first 10 minutes, unbelievable. Way to stick with it, guys. It's not going to be easy, and we don't want it to be, so.
Cole Lind handing it off to Shore, who stuffed home the winning goal on a delayed penalty that would lift the Firebirds to victory and level the playing field, tying the series at 1 and bringing it back here to Acrisure Arena on home ice. Tim O'Brien's been kind enough to jump on with us tonight. Tim, I appreciate you stopping by.
Hey, of course. First off, Fred, before we start this, happy birthday, my friend. It's a big day for you.
Thank you, Tim. You know, the funny thing is, and you guys don't realize this because you haven't been around as long, you get to a point in life where you forget how old you are. I don't think I've known how old I am for like 10 years.
But you're
so
only
I just keep moving.
Only as old as you feel, though, right?
Is that true?
That's what they say.
Good, then I'm miserable. I'm 150. Every bone in my body aches. All right, so let's get to it. That win in Calgary yesterday was critical, and I'll tell you why. If they lose that game in overtime, come home down 0-2,
yeah,
I actually think they were finished.
Yeah, I agree with you. Dustin Wolf, the goalie for Calgary, the reigning AHL MVP. Tough to beat him 3 in a row. He's only given up 4 goals in 3 playoff games. So that just shows you how good he's been this postseason. It was as close as a must-win for a Game 2 without elimination.
Okay, and the problem was in Game 1, look, I know half the players went to Stagecoach, and they had a lot of time off, and everybody's taking it easy, and they go up there in that first game, and they're skating the molasses, and Calgary put it on them pretty good. Did you have any concerns about them coming back in Game 2?
Not so much. I figured they've reacted. They've got some leadership. Veterans know exactly what it takes to get to that next level. But then once the game started yesterday, Fred, I don't know if you saw, they were down 10-0 in shots in the first few minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So once the Firebirds beat off that four-minute power play from Max McCormick, their penalty kill, rather, for 4 minutes, they kind of found their legs again and got back into the game, and off they went. So, yeah, it was tricky, though, man. It was tough yesterday. There was that nervous energy, I'll tell you that. You got to like your chances now that you're back in your own building, especially with the atmosphere that we have here in the Coachella Valley. If last year, if you remember, Calgary did the opposite. They started 2 at home and then said, all right, we can win 2, and then let's go down to Coachella Valley and take our chances, and it backfired on them. So yeah, it's a tricky situation. I'm glad I don't have to ever make that decision. That's why the coaches get paid what they do. And this one, it definitely worked in the Firebirds' favor. That's for sure. They did what they had to do and split on the road.
Acrisure's normally sold out for the Birds when they're home here, and the crowd is loud. I think that's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, we're super lucky just how much the Valley bought into this whole thing. I know you and I have talked about it off camera. It's an unbelievable atmosphere. 10,000 for a minor league hockey stadium is pretty remarkable, and it happens on a Tuesday night in February. We can expect the same here for the postseason.
So the deal is this. They need to get to Wolf, the Calgary goalie.
Yes.
You mentioned he was the AHL MVP?
Yeah, last year. Yeah, he was the MVP of the whole league.
Okay, good. Because this is going to be it for him in Calgary, honestly. The Flames will call him up. All right, Tim, thank you for hanging out late tonight. Really appreciate it. Of course, you're there every game. You'll be there Wednesday night. And we're going to come to you before the game so you can set the scene for us on this show, okay?
Looking forward to it. Thank you, sir. We'll talk soon.
And we're back with a check of the day's headlines after this.